Thank you all for coming on time this time. We kind of started late last time. Thank you for adhering to the dress code. We like to keep it semi-professional, so good job, guys. Roll call, Senator De Jesus.
President.
Senator Gupta. Present. Senator El Mashmi.
President.
Senator Rothman.
Present.
Senator Ahmed.
Present.
Castro. Present. Senator Kratz. Present. Senator Azim.
Present.
Senator Orr.
Present.
Senator Diem. Present. Senator Prince.
President.
Proxy Fanane.
Right here.
Senator Farragalla.
Here.
Senator Ajanov.
Present.
Senator Rubio Maradon.
Here.
Senator Lee.
Present.
President Pro Tempore Spivak.
Here.
President Wright.
Present.
And here, Chief of Staff John Baptiste.
President.
Attorney General Polanco. Chief Communications Officer Tara.
President.
Chief Financial Officer Mosik.
Here.
Cool. So we'll begin with our executive address by President Wright.
Good evening, everybody. Okay, we are now officially nearing our first month into my administration. It has been surreal. And there's been so much work done, and there's a lot that's needed to be done. Here's an update on what the Wright Colvin administration has been up to since we all last met. Election Chairwoman Hannah Spencer has resigned, and my administration is searching diligently for a committee replacement. And we've found one. I haven't updated this since I wrote this, but yeah, we found someone, so they'll be getting hopefully confirmed tonight by you all. But yeah, so thanks to Senator Patel, who isn't here, for finding us a replacement. My administration is in coordination with the Senate, the Office of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And we had our first event of the semester, the Black in Politics Forum, and it was a major success with a great turnout. Thanks to all of the individuals who were there and participated in the conversation, as well as those who helped the behind the scenes elements. I know we had a couple of hectic things going on that day, but I think we should thank everyone who were able to be there and pulled through for us and was able to get everything on the ball rolling, because the event preparation was very clean, but the execution on the day of was a little faulty, but we made it work. I'm very proud of the efforts from the event's turnout overall. Yeah, so I recently just had an amazing meeting with Senator Orr this past Friday, and he expressed to me his goals as a senator and the many ways that he plans to coordinate with my administration on making those goals come to light and strengthening the engagement and access within the College of Liberal Arts. Next Monday, the Executive Cabinet will be hosting the Clubs and Organization Leadership Summit to discuss the many ways that the administration and student government at large can financially, collaboratively, and institutionally help them. We plan to hear their goals, aspirations, and concerns to see what we can do within our power and within the university's administration to better represent all of the academic, social, cultural, and identities in Drew's College and liberal arts community. So Dean Burson and VP Merckx will be attending the meeting as well to be able to answer some of those more administrative questions that we won't be able to answer. But CFO Mosik will be presenting a hypothetical budget that, puts the university's new numbers on what club finance should be like, so. If you're a club leader for another club, definitely attend the meeting, or if you know people who are club leaders, please let them know that this meeting is happening on Monday from 5 o'clock to 6:30 in Crawford Hall. So, yeah, lastly, the Senate is not required to attend this event, like I was saying, but if you'd like to come, please do make it out. Thank you. Now,
Thank you for that. So before we get into students' concerns and compliments, I want to go to the first action item. Which is the nominee for the chairperson of the elections committee. So we have Jordan here with us. Jordan's over there. And she, do you want to say something about yourself? You can come to the.
So I am a freshman here.
Stand up.
I'm a freshman here at university. I am right now the co-president of SASA with Senator Patel. We have been running that club for a while together and has had good success in multiple events. I've held multiple different leadership roles in the past with certain clubs and with certain. Thank you. But yeah, I'm dedicated to joining student government. I want to run things smoothly. I want to be in this for the long run. And ask me any questions you like, but thank you for considering me.
I'll open it up to the floor. Does anyone have any questions for Jordan? All right. So does anyone have a motion? Yeah. That's for motion to vote by block vote.
I second.
Yeas. Senator Zia.
Yay.
Yeas. Abstentions. Now.
Oh.
You know what?
Okay, so raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name,
My name is Jordan Casanova.
swear to uphold and defend
Swear to uphold and defend
the Constitution and the bylaws
the Constitution and the bylaws
of student government of the university.
of the student government of the university.
I promise to carry out the office of
I promise to carry out the office of
elections chair
elections chair
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Now we'll go back to students' concerns and compliments. So, Dal Ben Macloof, I'm sorry, constituents, lack of veal vegetarian options. So is that person sitting here?
Yeah, should I sign up for this too, or,
Yeah, sure. You can say it. What do you want to share?
Yeah, so I did want to get into the dining hall issues, but also the Wi-Fi as well, because I have been noticing that there's been a lot of connection problems like all over campus. So yeah, I'll start off with the vegetarian stuff first. So I'm also part of the Acorn, and since last semester with this new food company, I feel like there has been like a depletion with food options for vegetarians and also for people that have like severe allergies. I know that there was a lot of like mislabeling going on in the comments, and I know that's apparently somebody got a very severe allergic reaction to, like, apparently like the samosas were just labeled wrong. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I believe that the health issues are becoming really bad this semester, including myself, because I personally can't eat in convents. I have to go to like the EC because I always get sick every time I eat in convents. But yeah, because there isn't like, okay, so you know, like on Grubhub, right? There's like, you know, the accommodation for gluten-free, like buns, for example, there's like the lettuce thing. I wanted to kind of put in how I feel like there should be something like that for vegetarians, vegans, even again, people with severe allergies. I feel like there needs to be like an option where you could substitute like meat for just like a tofu burger or even like an impossible meat, like a black bean or something. Because it's not really like, it's not fair that I'm forcing myself to eat chicken all the time because I can't personally like eat at Halal Shack because it just makes me sick as well. And yes, it's just, I just think that there should be an equal amount of like options for, you know, like I said, vegetarians, but also just for anyone else that can eat normally, so. Yeah, that's how you should.
Thank you. Does dining concerns have anything to say about this?
You mean the dining committee?
Senator Azim?
Yeah,
You're
I'm here. Yep.
Do you have anything to say about, does the dining concerns committee have anything to say about, the constituents' concerns?
I know that there's been some concerns brought up with the life station and people who have vegan diets and certain allergies have been complaining a lot about that. I brought it up with Joe and Catherine and they're always telling me that they haven't really heard a lot about those allergies. So yeah, I've been reaching out to them and I know President Wright sent out an email today. Well, it was just to the dining committee in general, but I know that he plans to send it to gourmet dining, so let's see what happens from there. I really don't have an answer for you right now.
Thank you. Regarding Wi-Fi and connection, I see University Technology sending out a bunch of emails, and they seem to have fixed it now, at least whatever problems they had with connectivity. Are you still having these issues with?
I have been actually, and I feel like it's been especially happening to me in the last 2 days. It's been like, it's been happening in this building, in Hawaii, and then also in places like surprisingly the library. I don't know why, and it's weird because like I have been trying to keep everything up to date with like, you know, browser cookies and stuff, so. Yeah,
Do you have specific times and do these happen to coincide with network maintenance?
definitely during times when like it's the most active, like definitely like late afternoon going into nighttime. I've noticed that, and even like definitely new, yeah, that's probably. Yeah. I was sorry. Yeah, no, it was like even Nadoyo as well, like there was like a show that happened a couple weeks back. And we just like our Wi-Fi randomly dropped, it just, I don't know. I just know that this is very off and I came here today because I feel like this didn't really happen last semester, or like last year, I mean, so. Yes. Does that make sense, by the way? Like,
Yeah, no, but it's
okay,
your experiences, so that's why we're supporting.
well, thank you.
Does anyone have anything to add? Any questions? Yes.
So this isn't on behalf of Ariane, but this is on behalf of the Health and Accessibility Committee as well. If you do have like any concern about like food allergies or any other allergies that you're likely to get an allergic reaction, you're more than happy to come to the Health and Accessibility Committee. We're more than happy to help you with that and take the case.
Perhaps after the meeting, we could speak. Anything else? Anyone wants to add? Cool. Thank you for sharing this with us. These are persistent issues, especially with dining. But over time they get better, so. Next, we'll move on to Senator Almashni.
So this is the student dining concern.
Yes.
So, I'm sorry, first of all, because I know that like every meeting we have like
any concerns, but I haven't fixed anything, so we're gonna keep talking about it. Last semester, the life station had, varsity, but this semester, due to renovations, they have limited variety, why did I say varsity? Pasta has been served every day for quite some time, and life is catered to students who are gluten intolerant and allergen sensitive. And these students shouldn't have only one single dining option daily for lunch and dinner. I also had the pasta. I can't, that should nearly made me, that made me nearly sick, I'm sorry for my language. Anyways, Zaros ran out of coffee, along with other cafe staples this afternoon. That's unacceptable. Gourmet dining needs to better assess how they order their inventory. A coffee shop running out of coffee. So sorry. According to
What time
Dino,
was it?
what time was it?
5, 6, going to
Time.
Dino
today.
At least it wasn't in the morning.
In the morning, it was today.
Like, what else?
They ran out of bagels and stuff in the morning, like it was kind of.
Anyway,
According to Dine on Campus, the app that Gourmet Dining services uses, for Drew Dining Services indicates daily dish to serving wings, but in the comments, they're serving stir fry. So sorry for my life. I'll be contacting chat back. Why? Yes.
Thank you for letting us know. Due to construction, we are rotating our daily dish for the Global Street Eat Nation. The stir fry a daily dish will be offered all week until Saturday, March 1st. And will then change to different daily menu offerings such as Taco Tuesday, Wing Wednesday, etc. As mentioned, there are product identifiers in front of each menu item, and the TV screens on top of each station display the active menu items at each station, along with allergen information. This could have simply been communicated in an email to the student body or as a notice when you click on the app. Management can ensure that their database is matched so that students aren't disinformed.
Thank you.
Noted, you spoke about some vague sickness, and so did you. What's the sickness?
I feel sick at this point. Okay, I had the pasta yesterday. It was like I felt sick after.
Is that a personal or is
I
that?
don't think so with the amount of
Stress.
rewards.
Our friend, the pasta is supposed to be gluten free and. Which is gluten, he got like severely sick.
Okay. Yes.
I will say my roommate for the past like 3 days, she does not eat at Commons at all. She only likes going to the BC. And she specifically only eats the fries at Yella's and like, she ate them last semester, this semester, she's just sick. She can't eat them. Like, she wants to throw up, it's really bad, and she's not good with the fries anymore. She can't eat them anymore.
I was knowing this was a trend, but not this big of a trend. Me and my roommate both were sick also for like a pretty long period of time.
Yes.
I got sick because, okay,
And this is all comments.
yes, it is common. Okay, so for me, it's like, I get it that we're using, like, we had like the paper plates and the plastic like forks or whatever, and now we went back to the normal dishes. But like, those cups actually have a lot of residue from like, because the fact that they're in the noodle. So I know for me, like, I try to be careful which cups to use because I get a lot of like, I just feel very like sick afterwards, like I genuinely like feel like my head is like killing me. And I'm just coughing all the time, stuff like that. But for me, like, the biggest foods that get me sick is the fish. Because the other day they mislabeled like spicy salmon and it ends up being like a white fish instead, and I guess like it was sitting there for a while. So, I actually think it was taken last weekend.
So just to summarize, it seems like a labeling issue. I personally have eaten at Commons and did kind of feel sick afterwards, so I don't know, maybe there's something in the air and food. Well. That's.
It's not to jump on the sick train, it's like as a dining concern,
Yeah.
but I can take a picture later when I go. But basically, they do start cleaning up at 9 o'clock. As an establishment who's supposed to be open until 12 a.m. Cleaning up at 9 o'clock when you barely have food options to begin with, is really concerning. Especially because you only keep the salad bar open. And last time they had like chicken nuggets and fries, but the athletes all ate all the chicken nuggets, so. There was fries to go around and salad, I don't think you can call that a good, filling meal
Yeah.
to go out for the rest of the night, especially you're supposed to be studying till 12 a.m., getting your academics, so just putting that out there.
So phantom sickness, mislabeling, and lack of supply.
Oh, there's another.
Lack of supply.
Okay, so first week back, they had a complete unlabeled fried thing. So first week back, there was no labeling. I don't know if you guys remember.
What's your name?
Hi, I'm Angela. I'm down the motion support.
Okay,
I didn't come intending to speak, but
and I'm sorry, you were.
What?
What were you saying?
so first week back, nothing was labeled. And so I took something thinking it was chicken. And I bit into it and it was fish.
Yeah, that's not.
And
Good.
then I got immediately sick. Like, I did end up like vomiting later, so that was an experience.
So this fish.
Yeah. And
Yes, President Ray.
Point of information, a lot of these dining concerns that you guys are arising have been prolonged issues that we've talked about in the past. Essentially, Zara and I have had a couple of array of meetings with the management, and basically they say they fixed the problems. Then obviously we can tell that none of these issues have been resolved. And we're doing a little more behind the scenes work on what we're gonna do about that specific situation, because obviously us going it a professional way is not working, so we're trying to ramp up and see what ways that student government can more proactively figure out these issues. But just to add to, all of the mislabeling, every time I tell them about the mislabeling, they're saying, this is their argument that, oh, well, if you look at the TV, it has exactly what we're serving. But they have to realize that we're not used to a TV being up there telling us what we're used to the label. So I keep telling them multiple times, everything should match. We shouldn't have to look at one place and it's one thing and then look at another and it's another. It should cohesively match. It's not that hard. They have more than enough staff on site on a day-to-day basis that all these little things that need to be fixed can be done. So yeah, I'm just tired and overwhelmed with the amount of concerns that are coming through our meetings and just through their communications, but they're not doing anything to solve it.
Thank you. Dining is a chronic years-long issue, except complaints from the constituency and student government keeps the pressure up, so I think it's a good thing. Yes.
Thank you. So, I don't want, so this wasn't on the agenda, but I'm gonna bring up my committee again because it just works perfectly for this. Sorry that all of you are sick, but if you are sick, which it seems like the vast majority of us are here, including myself, I was also sick. I didn't want to bring it up, but I was also sick. So, with the Student Health and Accessibility Committee, if you are sick, we can get you whatever available resources you need, including including medication, including like worst case scenario, epinephrine, autoinjectors, whatever you may need. Right, quick stop to a hospital. All right, even if you need that, 'cause it looks like some of you might actually need that. All right, because some of you might feel we're getting sick. Also, if this keeps happening frequently, please just contact us. Like, for the love of God, we did this for a reason. Okay, please.
Thank you for your message. Also, record keeping, documentation, records of hospitalization, hopefully that. Doctor's notes, I think that would be useful as well.
I have something to add real quick.
Oh, yeah, and then you, yes.
Yeah, so I know that President Wright mentioned that everything is going to be a very slow process, and I know that the signage for food is a very big issue because I know that there's a lot of people on campus. And Senator Almashi actually brought this up, I think last semester, that she accidentally, I don't know if she accidentally ate pork or someone else. You did, yeah. See, so that's a problem that a lot of people encounter, specifically for people like me and her. We have halal diets, so we need to make sure that our food is labeled. And that's a problem that I've brought up a lot of times and it really goes unnoticed. Another thing that in terms of slow change, last semester around November, I think Attorney General Polanco told me that she wanted to have the naked juices back in the EC. I sent out an email for that in November and I saw the naked juices back in the Commons vending machine last week. So I just need everyone to understand that, yeah, it's a very big issue on campus, but it's going to get solved a lot more slower than people want it to get solved. And I do reach out to them, but communication is not as consistent as it should be.
Incremental progress, leave it alone.
Also, like, can we bring back like the nutritional information? Because like, I remember it used to tell us, like, the science used to say like, how much of like, sugar, protein, all that, like all the macros were in the meal, like, I feel like it's important like for people to know like what's in the meal. Especially if you wanna like track your macros.
But that, just to add to that, there's a campus dietitian, she would be perfect in terms of how to properly label and figure out those things, so I mean like. No shade, but she does these little events, as soon as you walk in that commons, like at 11 AM and whatnot, which is cool and all, but like. This is what I've been saying, like, they're doing all these great grand big things, which are great, but they're not. Handling the actual problems that we want to be solved. It's cool to have a new teaching kitchen and to completely remodel the life station, that's great and all, and having these little small dining events that get students engaged with dining. But also, if you're not handling our basic dining concerns that affect us on a day-to-day basis, that's when we start to get really bored with the patching up. Because at the end of the day, there's a bunch of these unresolved issues and they're always posting content, no shade to any people, probably got some, a marketing intern here, but it's just a lot that goes on. That's not being done, it's just like these false hopes that they're providing the students that are perspectives and the ones that are currently here thinking that things are really grand and big, it's really not. Yeah.
Yes, quality of life. Yes,
So there is actually an app that like tells you what's gonna be at Commons every day and like the nutrition facts. It's not really promoted because I found out about it from actually the health committee, so yeah, it's called Dine on Campus and it says like everything. And like how many calories, fat, protein, and everything per serving.
Yeah, but no, like not everybody has the app, like it should be there.
But it was wrong.
Yeah, exactly, it was wrong, so it's just like that too. It's yeah.
I didn't know that there was an app, so. I did. Anything else? Any other concerns, compliments? There's a lot to be thankful.
Education.
Okay, yes. I guess we'll move on to action items. So we already did the chairperson, the elections committee. Now we'll do Caribbean Student Society event co-sponsorship. By Pro Tem Board. Oh, it's, you're also presenting? Are you presenting? Okay, cool. This was also tabled last time, just.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you can present.
I'm the president for CRIPSO. We're hosting a fundraiser. It was originally proposed to be done this March, but we pushed it back to next semester. Because we wanted to change it from just like a one-time like party event and make it more educational. So there's gonna be a 3-day long Haitian awareness week of sorts. So the first day will be tabling, we'll have pamphlets and we'll have a little raffle to encourage people to like just educate them on what exactly they're giving to as they give money. The second day will be a discussion held by a staff representative, I think a professor from the FOCC, the Faculty of Color Caucus. They're currently working with us to get someone who is specifically educated in Caribbean politics and Caribbean affairs. We're looking at a professor from Rutgers who I think, if I didn't misread the email, who I think is already interested. So that's someone that we're working with through FOCC to get in contact with for that event specifically. And then the third day will be the Rutgers Flag Fest, where students can come, they're dressed in the colors of their flag. And there's like different, I guess, like souvenirs or trinkets, like bracelets, stickers, keychains and stuff that they could buy. All within, I think, the price range of like $1 to $5. There'll be wristbands that students can purchase to get access to food. I think the prices range from $3 to $10. So $3 is access to like drinks, appetizers, $5 access to drinks, main course, and then $10 is all access, including desserts. There's a whole like budget breakdown on the document that's attached. We're also reaching out to, I think RJC, I know they're an extension of student government, but RJC, BIPOC for mentoring, RJC BIPOC for mentoring, I think we sent an email to SASA as well, and, Ariel. So we're waiting to hear back from them. It was sent out today because we reached a consensus on who we were gonna collaborate with at our meeting yesterday. So, yeah, that's a rundown of the event.
Wonderful, and they're trying to promote collaboration between clubs. But I remember last time the issues were a description of where the budget would specifically go and a more in-depth description of the event, which was provided for those who brought that up last time. Does anyone, well, first I'll give you guys a minute to read the document itself. So please take a minute to read the resolution, this one, make sure it's this one. And then we'll continue. So, did everyone have a chance to read it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Does anyone have any questions, concerns? Yes.
You expressed that it would be take place next semester, correct? So we have the budget for this semester. Do we know what the budget would be for next semester? And if we would be taken out of either one?
Yeah, for most of it.
So it would be taken out of next semester's budget, but we don't have any specifics because Stu Gov's budget is 10% of whatever we have for all clubs. So for after all the cuts, we don't have an exact number. That's gonna get a little bit more like light shed on it, meeting on Monday, but we do not have a specific for how much we have next year.
It shouldn't be an undue financial burden.
Yeah,
Senator Dio?
Just for the sake of like consistency, can we do the math on like what percent of our budget this is and then limit it to the same percent that's happening next semester?
yeah, I can do that, my favorite notes.
While he does that, does anyone have any other questions? Yes.
I don't remember the exact number, last time that it wanted for the budget, I think it was like around 900. 800, 900, but I was just wondering what changed with that.
President Wright?
Essentially, like President Moses was saying, Calypso asked for more help. Originally, they contacted Caribbean Student Society, contacted student government be their sole contributor. But they went to some more collaborative events, so they started teaming up with other departments, different various groups on campus, as well as other organizations and clubs. So that has lowered the financial burden on student government significantly. So they're only requesting that we pay for the catering, plus an additional $30 that goes towards the fundraising. So every organization or group on campus that's helping with this event is contributing $30 towards a raffle that will be done during the week long event. And their respective budget allocation to fund the event. So yeah, that's how we lowered the cost significantly on our end. We're just paying for the catering for the event.
Thank you. Okay. CFO Losik, do you have like an approximate percentage?
I don't have it yet, but I think it's right about like 10, to be great.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Does anyone have a motion? Yes.
Motion to vote by block then?
No, second.
Second.
Yeas? Sorry.
Yay.
Senator Z? Yay, the nays? Abstentions? Yeah, this,
That's not. We got 15 yeas for abstentions. We only have 17 seconds.
so. Let's do this again. Yays. Raise your hand high up. Thank you. Senator Z?
Yay.
Mystery person. Nays? Abstentions? Okay, now it's pass. Cool. See, we take feedback and then there's improvements, so that's good. Senator Almashni?
Hi, I'm gonna talk again. I'll try not to laugh, I'm sorry. Okay, so as some of you may know, Ramadan is coming up. And I'd like myself and other Muslim students to observe Ramadan with the help of school's dining and our dining committee. I know Jessica Leaf has probably spoken to Drew's Dining already to take care of meals, but I made a resolution just in case. It's basically just continuing what we've done last year. Basically, Muslims during Ramadan have a meal before sunrise because they're not allowed to eat or drink water during the daylight hours. And so they have like a breakfast really early, like around 5 a.m. And I know that the C-store had like breakfast sandwiches and fruit and like other snacks that they would give to students. Like they would just stop by and pick up their food and then have their breakfast before sunrise. I just want this to continue because I want to have a meal before I have to fast. And if it could be like a little bit fixed up, like have some yogurt and granola. And also if the sandwiches could be made fresh. I know that some people are getting sick from it, and I'm not really excited for that. It's Ramadan. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I just want to like work with dining committee to make sure this gets done. I'm pretty sure Jessica's already getting that taken care of, but this is like a just in case thing, and yeah, pretty much it.
Awesome. I'll give you guys 30 seconds to read it. Yes.
So as president of MSA, Muslim Student Association, I would like to I would like to see this, okay, that's number one. Number two, I would like to speak with the rest of the members of MSA just to get a general idea of the food quality, and what needs to be refined, what needs to be taken, because typically, the meal that you would have during that, during the morning prior to sunrise is pretty large, like it has to really go throughout the rest of the day, so a sandwich and some watermelon is not going to be enough, alright? So we are gonna have to diversify some of these options. So on behalf of MSA, just vote yes, and either vote yes, but we'd like to refine a little bit, so.
Okay, and, yes, Senator Almash.
Okay, so this is a separate resolution. It's made from a separate senator. It's not something that I did it as like in regards to it's a MSA thing. Of course, it's a MSA thing because it's a Muslim Students Association, but this is like my resolution and it's just my opinion on how we should go about Ramadan. If MSA wants to add to it, they're more than welcome. But yeah, that you don't have to like agree with it, but I think that a sandwich will keep me going. I don't need a whole feast at 5 a.m., but yeah.
That's good. So the resolution as it's written is what is being requested. There's no money involved, and the majority of you guys don't have to do it. Just to make that clear. Did everyone have a chance to read? Any further
I want
questions?
to add something. Oh, sorry.
Yes, Senator Azim.
So I got a text from Amina. I think she's the chair of Social Responsibility Committee, and she sent out an email to Mike Rojas. He's the director of campus dining. So we're awaiting a response. And if I don't get a response by tomorrow, I'm gonna send him an email with the Ramadan accommodations along with everything that's being talked about right now. So I just wanted to add that, just so Senator Al-Mashni knows. So whatever happens, I'll make sure you're aware of it. I'll forward you all the emails, Senator Al-Mashni. You're welcome.
President Wright.
Point of information, Senator Azim, unfortunately, Mike Rojas no longer works for Gourmet Dining Services. I know he was our point guy, like our liaison for student government to Gourmet Dining, since he was really the only responsive person in the whole management staff, and he actually cared. But unfortunately, he is no longer with the company, specifically with the university, as far as I'm aware. Yeah, I was notified yesterday, by some of the chefs working in the comments that he's no longer with the company due to, essentially their management and whatnot, so we lost a team player for sure, but, I will definitely just forward that email over to Joe or Kat, because there was the only other two people who I would think could really handle on the matter, so yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of the fact that he got fired. No, not fired, I'm sorry, that he left. Sorry about that. I didn't know that he left. I think that's why the email went unanswered. So yeah, I'll just forward the email to Joe and Kat and have them do whatever they need to get done.
You guys will find a responsive liaison. Does anyone have any motions? Or, well, questions?
I have a motion,
Yeah.
yeah, motion to vote by block vote. And second.
Okay. Yeas? Oh. Wait 1 second, sorry.
Seven, 8, 9, and wait, do it again, sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and Zara.
Days? Abstentions? Pass.
Also, I hope this is not too late, just because, you know, the resolution went through. But to link it back to what we were talking about with dining. Them cleaning up at 9 o'clock is also really bad for students observing Ramadan. Because fasting this month is you can start to eat and drink at like 6, yes, I know, I'm just giving them a range. It's gonna be like from 5 to 7, from the beginning of the month. So like the last 10 days, we're gonna end at 7, so I give students only like 2 hours to eat.
say I got night class, say I got something. So street rating, we need to focus on them not cleaning up so early.
Send it out.
They should be cleaning up at 9 AM.
Yeah.
Cool.
I
Yes,
have
sir.
just a question. Probably it's too late because we already did that, but doesn't mean right that bacon or any other stuff that will not be in the, I don't know, in the Muslims religion. I don't know my thing about that. It doesn't mean that they will like execute it in comments, right?
They're not excluding anything. This resolution is to just have it so the C-store can provide us with food at night.
Just like breakfast on.
Yeah, it was done like the last 2 years. I don't know if you know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do we know that they got rid of it?
The person who is involved in this, she's a senior. So obviously, like, I think that there should be someone, like, I'm still here, so I wanna like continue on the thing. I know that like, once a senior is gone, it's not like you have another spokesperson who will like step up for it. So I'm just stepping up for it. It's like the same thing, but I'm just like keeping it in, into our school.
Is it right?
Just a point of information, the reason why they started cleaning up at 9 is because essentially Gourmet has the whole dining program for the day broken up into a bunch of different sections. So obviously we have our breakfast, our lunch, and our continental little area when it's the buffer between lunch and dinner, and then we have dinner. And then once 9 o'clock hits, they start cleaning up because that's when this thing called late night starts. Us as students are very opposed to late night because basically they turn Commons into a gas station. And they only have burgers, fries, and old pizza just lingering around. I mean, the salad bar is there. I mean, life is there sometimes. Sometimes they close that down early too. They shouldn't because that's supposed to be accessible to students who are allergen friendly and also gluten intolerant all day long. But yeah, that section is called late night, and essentially they take away all of the dinner and they basically leave out what you would consider a midnight snack type of thing. Which we've expressed in emails time and time after again that that's not feasible because we have our athletic student population who gets out of practice very late and doing rehab and everything is also students who work and students who are also involved in classes that happen later. I know a lot of our business and finance students have later night classes as well as a bunch of other people. So yeah, we've expressed that dining hours should be, specifically for dinner, should be extended to 10 PM rather than 9. Or even longer if possible, but yeah, they're cleaning up entirely way too early. And it's no point to be open till midnight if there's no food to eat at 11 particularly.
Thank you for the point of information, Senator Dion.
Do they clean up again before they close after that? Do we know or no?
I'm not sure, I've never been there past 10.
So at midnight, they
As
clean up.
somebody who's been there past 10,
Yeah.
at 9, they start cleaning up, take away all the food, you know, the front.
No, I understand that part. I'm just asking, do they clean again or is that it?
That's it.
So that they're not expecting people to come in, because if they expected a higher influx of people to be there, they would have to clean again. But if you close at 12 and you stop cleaning at 10 o'clock because you started at 9, then they don't expect people to be there, which is obviously a problem.
And just to add to that, the reason why no one's coming there is because there's literally nothing to eat. They're spending more money paying people for extra hours of service and just working in general. They're paying for all, because there's a bunch of staff here at night. They're all getting paid extra hours and there's no students as basically consumers taking up food because there's nothing to eat after 9 PM legitimately. There's nothing that's desirable for someone who's actually hungry at that time. But yeah.
It's a cyclic issue.
Yeah.
Senator Warren.
I'm not sure how much that this goes into their thought process, but they want to have that late night snack start at 9 because they want to be able to close up efficiently or effectively because they don't want to necessarily, if that's a laborsome endeavor to close up that portion. I don't see a lot of people go to the salad bar, not only at night, but just generally throughout the day. I feel like they can close that down first and then the front section where all the hot food is and probably close that down later at 10.
Thank you. Senator Prince.
Just to say, that's not a good idea considering that there aren't a lot of vegan and vegetarian options out there. So to close the salad bar, is cutting off a lot of options that a lot of people have to eat. I think they're just a stop closing period because people are hungry, but.
This late night thing doesn't sound accurate. Senator Abed.
I just want to respond to Senator Dion, what Senator Meshner is saying, it's not just us renewing connection with them, because our main point of connection is like graduating or whatever. It's also because it's a new dining company, so this was the case with Airmark, where May doesn't know this, so we're just letting them know. That's it.
Thank you. Very spirited conversation. Does anybody have anything else to add? Yes, dining. As many. Cool. Then we'll move on to Senator Orr, who will be presenting the billiards table and table resolution.
There are no usable fuel pool cues in the 1867 lounge besides one I visited yesterday, and there was only one in the previous days beforehand. There was none. The tips are all broken off, and some of them are snapped in half just entirely. It's hindering gameplay and preventing future billiard club events. There's high interest among international students, community students, and general COA students to purchase quality replacements to increase the interest in visibility, and favorability of COA student government among undergraduate students. The University College of Liberal Arts students, government shall get $60 for the purchase, delivery, and installation of 2 fuel cues. That will be a lot more sustainable and work for this, or not event, but provide for this. I feel like it's very well needed. There are up on the screen. It fosters a lot of community. This is our student center. This is where people go. This is our lounge area. This is where, you know, up until 7 o'clock, this is a downtime place, and the one thing to do besides in the commuter lounge is a pool table that doesn't have a pool cue anymore. So I think it's a crucial thing that we need.
Thank you. And I also want to add that I really want to do a pool tournament, except then the barbarians at the 1867 lounge broke all the pool cues. I don't know how you do that. I guess you're snapping it over your knee or something, but it's disrespectful, quite frankly.
Hooligans.
And I chose, yes, hooligans. I don't know if they're like sparring with them, I don't know. So I chose metal ones, but these would go into the little closet behind the EC desk, which I know the password to. And hopefully they wouldn't be, you know, tampered with. I know we also want people to be using the pool cues because that's when, you know, that's something people want to do. But we also have to, I guess, control the hours to it. And not have them overnight, I guess, when they break. I'm not sure how it happens. But anyway, Senator Prince.
Point of inquiry, last semester, didn't we allocate money towards the pool table to getting it fixed and pool cues?
Yes, there are pool cues were delivered. That's
So
a
you're
lot of
telling
them.
me the ones that we bought last
Yes,
semester
they were
are
all
not
broken.
working?
Yes. Either they're broken in half, which is deliberate vandalism, or the top part popped off. I don't know what to say about that, but. Yes, Senator,
Just to add, I mean, with these being titanium, I'm pretty sure they won't be getting broken anytime soon, so I'm glad, because I didn't even know that they were titanium until I clicked on the roll.
That's like showing.
Definitely pivoting, I was going to originally say, how about we get metal ones, but now we're, so yeah, this is a great switch because quite frankly, wood is just obviously not something that true students know how to handle, so yeah.
And I looked it up about, you know, what to do if kids are breaking pool cues, and the person said, get better kids, we can't do that. Next best thing is these. Senator Williams.
Point of inquiry, are there cameras or stuff like that in the 1867 lounge or around there?
No.
No?
I mean, then we could see who did it. but-
They can pay for it,
And it, yeah,
not us.
but this way, you know.
There should be some degree of reprimandation for somebody who just willingly snaps the pool cues.
Yeah, I know, if they were caught, there would be consequences, but there's not a lot of camera coverage. My car was like scratched 2 times just recently. This time, and there's no cameras anywhere.
My car was hit, so.
And I know, get a webcam. Anyway. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm gonna get a dashboard cam, whatever. Yes.
Senator, President.
Yeah, really easy to find. So my community college had a very similar problem and they locked with pool cues and a faculty member would have people sign them in and out. And that way there was a clear record, and if there was any damage, then the student would just be charged immediately.
Yeah, the problem is there's no person at the EC desk anymore, which would, you know,
There is someone in the CA desk pretty regularly because that's where we print student activity posters.
so in the event that these are bought, we would want the students to be able to use them, but we would also want, you know, some level of security, so That is a good idea. And if this works out, then we can buy more pool cues, but for now, I think two is a start. Does anyone else have anything to add? Senator Prince?
I think that's a great idea. I think that's something that we should add, that point of security, that if somebody's to use the pool cue, they go to the CA desk or whatever and they sign it out, so that we know, like, if something happened to it, that person didn't hold them accountable.
Yeah, also all the other equipment too, we can do, because that's how it used to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah, does anyone have anything else to add?
Yes, just a point of information, when I was the senator, I was the campus security liaison, and they have gotten a lot of grants actually over the past year, and they've installed a bunch of new cameras. I guess these cameras aren't working, but, they got a lot of money from the federal government from, I forgot what department, but they got money from the federal government, and if you didn't notice, there's new cameras in front of all the entrances, so they do scan the license plates and whatnot. But I'm not sure if they have direct cameras inside of all the different parking lots, definitely.
Not incidentally, I'll tell you that.
Definitely will follow up with whoever becomes the next campus security liaison to look more into that with them. But yeah, it's definitely a pressing matter, and there are new cameras on campus. There's some right on the path, right outside of the EC. Those are new, but in terms of cameras in the parking lots, definitely will have to team up with the new liaison and work on that.
Thank you. So does anyone, yes, motion to. Okay,
I second.
second. Yates? Yates? Extensions? Senator Azim?
Sorry, my mic was a little weird. It was yay, yeah.
Thank you, guys. Hopefully these are not gonna be destroyed. Okay. Interesting, Senator Pratt's relocation of the pool table from the Clinton Lounge to the pub. Yes.
Yeah, so to kind of keep it short and sweet, Senator DM, Senator Ahmed and I spoke with the workers at the pub, and we had all agreed that it would be pretty cool to have a pool table in the pub. The foosball table is never used, and that's not even from us, it's from the workers themselves. It's just pretty much kind of like a waste of space. And the McClendon Lounge pool table is never used whatsoever. So it would be pretty cool to have like facilities move it into the pub. And hopefully the school kind of restores it, and restores both pool tables at that point, because, you know, why not just move forward? And I've also spoken to many students who go to the pub and they love the idea, so, you know, this semester I would think it would be good to like have it.
One, where do you suggest the foosball table goes?
So there's a space right in the entrance to the right. There's like a little space right there. If you take out the foosball table, there's plenty of space, right? So they have space for people with a band right next to the doors.
Yeah.
And then they have a space like right in that corner. That's enough for like people to play pool on the side and everything.
And the all foosball table is also fit, or do you have to take that out?
I mean, there would be really no point to have it in there. No,
Because would that be real, would you suggest?
you can put it back in the, you can put it in the McClendon Lounge, you can put it in the, you know, the EC or something like that. You know, that lounge is like never used. I have pictures of actually the pool table and it's like desolate. Those pictures just like lying around.
Are you also allowed to do that?
Are you allowed to do what?
President, right?
So I believe the idea is really great. We have a facilities liaison in student government. It's just currently that was Attorney General Blanco when she was the senator, and President Pro Tempore Beck is working on revamping all of the committee placements as well as all of the liaison placements for student government. So when he sends out those forms to you, if you want to be the facilities liaison, so anything that comes into student government related to facilities or any other department, if you're assigned to that specific liaison, you'll be handling all those interworkings with that various office or department within through. But in terms of where to put the foosball table, there's also been concern raised that there's not enough things inside of the 867 lounge, so we can simply just move it over there. There's a pool table. If someone's playing on the pool table, what are the other people gonna do? So that we just simply take McClendon's pool table, put it in the hub, take the foosball table, put it in the EC. Boom, you have something going there. Yeah.
Yeah, my question just was, do we have the authority?
Oh,
Proxy for proxy. Doing the answer, do we have the authority to move that?
I mean, if, at the end of the day, all of these pool tables and different game boards are granted to us as students, so I mean, if we feel as a student body that we want to be put somewhere else, I'm pretty sure students can make. Have to get a pressing matter and show that there's a lot of support for it, so I think it's definitely can be done, and obviously, if they say no, we can find other ways to circumvent that, because I don't see the problem in person.
Also, more people would have access, of course, from the public versus.
Yeah, I have another point to bring up, but you've been holding it.
Oh, I was gonna say, you guys should be a facility liaison, it's a really good position. I would like to do it again if I had the chance, but no. We could vouch to make the 1867 lounge like the student center, because I know that EC is meant to be a student center anyway, so we could like vouch to get TVs in there, like, computer lounge and stuff, and get like PlayStation for that too, and get more student based.
Yes, just in terms of EC being the student center, which it is, I just feel like it's not heavily influenced that it is. Simply with even the doors being locked at 10 p.m. We are working on expanding these hours because if you notice, the pub is open till what time? 1 a.m., 12, 11?
11:30.
So, and I don't know if you noticed, if you try to get into the EC at 10 p.m., you can't get in unless you're a CA or HA or work for Reslife. Like you actually can't, the doors are locked from the outside, but if you're inside, you just have to open it for a person banging on the door. But I'm trying to work with Reslife and other departments to make this space more accessible because this is a student center, we should have access to 24 hours. And if they're arguing that, oh, well, it's a security issue, we have campus security, that's their job, they're here 24/7. And on top of there's also administrative offices in here, but they're all locked after everyone leaves, so it's not like there's gonna be any breaking or entering happening. So again, heavier emphasis that this is our student center, so we should be able to have access to it all day long. Because on the weekends, when DNL is over, what are we supposed to do? Just chill in the dorms all day? If we can chill in the EC all day long, that would be great. And that's what it should be like. Other universities, literally every student has access to their student centers and are able to go in there at any point of the day.
Right.
I really think that's what should be happening here as well.
I will also say that when my father went to Peru, they had a bunch of arcade machines in the EC, so I think that was pretty cool. You need more things in the EC. Yeah.
Point of personal preference. I have to, get.
Yes, okay. Thank you for everything. Senator Prince?
For your information, you can enter the EC building or return with your ID.
I know, just to add, from what I've seen, a lot of people have tapped their ID and can't gain access, so.
That's a
they're-
facility
yeah.
problem.
Yeah. That was more reflection.
That's me. I tried, didn't work.
It's a facility problem.
Okay.
I agree with that. If London work, at least we're going to do that later. Yes?
Yeah, I mean, my ID works, but every single person I've been with, their ID doesn't work. For example, like the EC.
I think that's a facility problem.
Facilities problem, haha.
I got it, but maybe it was.
Right? It's a facilities problem. General. Yes.
I study in the ECU like late at night, specifically on Sundays, and my ID card always work, but specifically not to work.
Okay, guys, it seems like we have differing experiences with EC access. Which will go to facilities. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Yes.
I guess to kind of go back to it, another thing too is if we want to really take care of the public use and stuff like that, the workers are, as far as when I've gone, they're pretty vigilant with everybody that's in there. And is there a camera in the pub?
There's two.
There's 2 cameras in the pub, and that pub closes a lot, so
Yeah.
they're safely put away and not getting tampered with or anything.
Yeah, if for the billiards table in the public,
I probably shouldn't be doing it, but I go in the pub a lot. Like outside hours, not to do anything illegal, like this is like have a chill spot, it's like quiet in there, nobody goes in there. So it's not locked.
Sometimes it's open, cause they'll be coming like in and out to like get something.
Like
from,
midday.
You know, like 2 p.m., 11 a.m.
Yeah, like in the middle of the day, like they'll be open. But
Yeah.
like I said, there's cameras in there and there's cameras right outside the network, I'm pretty sure.
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
I'm going to continue the meeting online. I have to go right now, so I can explain further if you like.
Yeah.
I will be joining on.
Okay. Senator Prince.
Motion to vote by block vote.
Yay. Yates.
Yes.
Senator Robinson.
Yeah, I put the one. Wait, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's 12. Well, sorry.
Yay.
Nays. Abstentions. Pass.
Wait, one person is voting.
He's
No,
not here.
that's minus ten.
Yeah. Oh, one person didn't vote.
There should still be 16.
Yays, raise your hand high.
Oh, never mind. I didn't pass it on.
Oh, okay. Pass. Sure, I'll do that. Senator and committee updates. Yes.
The social justice committee would like to know when the rest the referendums are gonna be in the ballot. Especially since they've been voted on a while ago.
I think we were waiting for elections, Chair, but.
Yeah.
That was it.
So-
When would they be? Like, when would this election happen?
So we just got a new election chair today, so there's that. We're gonna try to do as much planning as we can before we go on spring break. But typically, the goal is we'll have an election sometime by the time we get back from spring break. So my goal as president is to get this special election to happen before April. So hopefully, once as we get back from break, we can get on the ground rolling and get this situated. But we're gonna start doing a lot of intensive planning for this election now, before we go on break, so that by the time we come back from spring break, we'll be able to fast track this election and get everything on the ballot. So that we can also be in proper preparation for senatorial elections that come in April, so we're not over stressing the electoral process. So yeah, hopefully. No later than the end of March.
Because this resolution, this referendum, has been like pushed aside since last semester.
Yes, it's a long time coming, but finally we'll do that. Did I make that? So President Wright and I have been in correspondence with VP Marks about having a student government representative on the Board of Trustees, which is how they invest the university money. And it seems like it could happen, except unfortunately, one of the family members of the director of the Board of Trustees died, so it's gonna be held off for a little while. But hopefully, someone on the executive cabinet will be able to sit in on trustee meetings and talk about, what the student body wants the Board of Trustees to know, which I think is a pretty unique opportunity. So we'll keep you guys updated on that. And that's a personal interest of mine too. I wanna see what they do. Does anybody else have any updates? Cool. Bob report?
I had a meeting with Dean Brisson and VP Marks today. That went really well. I just kind of wanted to highlight the meeting on Monday for anyone that's able to come. They definitely want to have some feedback in terms of priority for social engagement events. They've had to do a lot of cuts that you guys weren't able to see directly. Other than really the club funding, which is the last thing. But they're gonna be expanding more a little bit on that, just have like specific numbers if anyone's interested a year ago. They definitely wanna hear students' feedback on like what events that students really enjoy the most, whether it be like whole ball, sloppy, stuff like that. So official.
Thank you, Senator Prince.
Is there a flyer for the leadership summit?
Yes. For the rotation, you should probably see them on the TVs. I saw them on the TVs. I don't know if anybody else has, but it's on the TVs. We also sent mass calendar invite to every club leader based off of the information we were given by Terrence, who's the coordinator for club and student life. So yeah, whatever emails he gave us, we sent an mass email to all of those people as well as a mass calendar invite. So every club leader from that list has that information. As well as we put it on the path, yeah, it's on the path, so the information has been out for quite some time. But if we didn't reach anyone, my apologies, we did what we could with the information that we were given. But yeah, it's also been on TV, so hopefully any club leaders that didn't get the email, saw it in their release. Yeah, it's happening on March 3rd from 5 to 6:30 PM in Crawford Hall.
Also, you guys now know, so you can let other people. Thank you. Attorney General report. Cool, Chief of Staff report.
I just wanted to formally apologize to anyone who doesn't have a name tag. I will be sending in the request for new name tags as well as for the elections chair.
Thank you, Chief Communications Officer. Cool, President Pro Tempore report.
I just wanted to let all senators know I'm gonna be sending out a committee liaison placement form tomorrow or Friday. And if you could fill it out by Wednesday, March 12th, so I can just kind of put you in the committees as soon as possible. And if you don't get to fill it out by March 12th, I might just assign you to a random committee. So I'm gonna send like a link of what the committees are about, and you can decide from there.
Thank you. Senator Orr.
Do those liaison and committee positions go like on priority based on like what offices you previously served, seniority or anything like that?
I was thinking to do first come, first served, but there'll be multiple people to each committee but only one person in liaison, I'm pretty sure, so those are more like first come, first served.
President Wright.
I just also wanted to add, for the, like President Pro Tempore, like said, I used to be President Pro Tempore, so just to get a little more information. There's 9 committees in student government, so there's a lot of variety. You have to be on 2 committees, so you have options. So whatever 2 committees that you say that you want to be on, 9 times out of 10, you will end up on those committees. But in terms of liaisons, there's enough liaisons for every senator to be a liaison. But so like I believe there's 19 liaisons, maybe or 17. I think there's 19 if I'm not mistaken. But there's multiple to choose from. But essentially, whoever picks, for example, security liaison first, they're gonna get it. So if you want to be a specific liaison, you need to fill out the form as soon as possible, as well as the section where you explain why you want to be that liaison.
Wait.
Compelling response, and yeah, just do what you gotta do to get the vote that you want. Yeah, that's a lot.
I hear things moving. Yes.
So we also need the videos for individual senators. Chief Communications Officer asked you guys to send her videos before, but apparently got very little response. So you can either stay after this meeting to like film a quick video, really short, like 10 seconds, or you can just send a video later on.
That's good. Senator.
Question for that, is there specific like requirements or specific like attire that we're supposed to be wearing for this?
Not really, I just wanted to be able
Like get to know me?
Wear business casual.
Alright.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, announcements and upcoming events. You guys can look at that. Adjournment, motion to adjourn.
I motion to adjourn the meeting.
Second.
Second.
Thank you, guys.
Hey, no.
Right?
Here we go.